So here we go. Is the relationship over if the marriage proposal is declined?
First off,
If she said no to the ring,
listen. So I'm saying bye-bye.
No vagina is whack or dry. You just don't turn her on. I'm jugular out the gate, bro. Let's get into this.
Dating someone you can have fun with is really unmatched. That's in my top 3. If I can't have fun with you, I don't even know how this thing gonna work.
hey, bro, give us the other 2. Fun and what else?
Nah.
All right, no, don't worry. It's all good. What else?
That's why you can't tell your brother stuff in confidence, because they go,
Let's normalize bragging about women like this.
Hey, now.
go back. I'm being honest. I feel like she started feeling the beat a little bit.
Are you guys brutally honest with your friends, or do you hold back in order not to hurt their feelings?
The honesty is not the brutal part. The brutal part is how the person perceives your honesty.
If you're dating a narcissist at Christmas, you had better run.
He was feeling that mic. He was happy about that.
Yeah. Listen, I was over here smiling the whole time. That was a good one, man. That was a good one.
That is a good commercial, man. What's up, Felietos? What's up, mi compadres, mi familia? ¿Qué pasó, homes?
Oh, man.
Magwan.
Wagwan.
Magwan. Magwan.
Wagwan.
Yama. Yeah,
No, you don't know.
Beyond me. That's beyond me, man. That's beyond me.
Interesting.
But welcome.
Welcome
to another episode of Maybe This Will Help the Podcast. Coming at you right before. Right. Mike, you celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa? I don't know, because you real dark. I don't know.
I'm a Hanukkah kind of guy. Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So,
All right.
That's what I do.
What does that mean? L'chaim.
We know this snowflake up here. He all Christmas
These
all
are my
day.
boys.
These are my boys. Errol's the first. He's the first male snow bunny.
Yeah, Lee, out the gate, huh?
Right? You see you hear the disrespect, bro?
I do.
No, that's not disrespect,
I wouldn't stand for it if I was you. I wouldn't stand for it, damn it.
Hey.
Yo, Portia says she on the West Coast to watch. What's up, Portia? Man.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on then. Let's just at the same
There
time.
you
I'm
go.
saying, can I
Yeah.
get it one time? No, I can't. Same time. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, see, you keep on.
Okay.
Golly, just uncoordinated. Jeez.
Just like the West Coast, we can't never just get that anything.
There's always at least one slow one.
It was me. It was me. I was the weakest link. My bad.
Yeah.
Fellas, what is the deal, man? Let's check in real quick so we can get to the show, man. How was your week? Talk to me about it.
Go ahead, birthday boy.
Oh man, week was good. It was relaxing. Got to take a little vacation, much needed vacation. Just got back in town the other night, and I want to go back. So if you see me gone for another week before the year is over, then you just know. Okay.
Hey.
It is what it is. It is.
Wow. Hey, either that or like we said, New Jack City, one or the other, man.
Listen. That was good. Yeah, Candid.
That was a good one. She had to dig in the crates for that one.
She did. No, but week was good. No complaints. Just feeling real content at the end of the year and got a lot accomplished. I'm always my biggest critic. So this year though, I've and then through therapy, I've just learned to just celebrate my W's, no matter how big, no matter how small, just celebrate all of them. And I feel like over my vacation, that's really what I did, and just let my hair down and was like, I'm not working, I'm not doing nothing. So it was good, man. It was good.
Amen.
Yeah.
Good stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Young Doubleito, OG Godfather. That was a week, bro.
Man. You know what? My week was pretty good. Things are progressing real good at work. You know what I'm saying? My guys are getting everything taken care of. We're moving, so work is going well. Still have his little stressful times. You know what I'm saying?
You want to clarify who your guys are? Because we got some new people watching who don't know what you do.
He's the male madam.
No, bro.
He got about 15 hoes in his stable right now.
So anyway, you ain't about to play me like that with all this shit going on nowadays. You ain't about to play me like that. Hey,
my bad.
Real quick. Yeah. So for you guys that don't know, I'm a union electrician. I'm actually a foreman. So I have a crew, and we're working on a project downtown. So yeah, we getting everything squared away, man. Everything is looking pretty good. It still have its little stressful moments, but you know what I'm saying. Everything is looking pretty good. We finished the week off well. Other than that, man, I had a great weekend. My weekend has been great so far. So I'm happy about that. All in all, man, I'm feeling good. We got Jesus's birthday. You know what I'm saying, next weekend.
My guy.
Man, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, boy.
Things are looking pretty well for me, man. I'm finishing off the year in a good place. So I'm good. I'm good.
I'm sitting with all the conspiracy theorists that say Jesus was born in April, just because my birthday is in April. So I'm gonna roll with that one. But like Jesus, I also have a second birthday in December. So it's just a lot of similarities there. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying there's a lot of similarities between me and the Savior. But
hey, Dub, you said your week was good, Dub. Other than that,
yeah, because I don't know what this dude talking about. Birthdays like Jesus. Hey, just because you look like you from the Middle East with your hair like that and that beard, you know what I'm saying, don't mean that.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's got a point.
Hey. My week was going good up until about a few minutes ago.
Hey,
I'm just trying to get our Middle Eastern viewers up, and y'all sitting here hating on what I'm trying to do here.
Hey,
listen, my week was good, man. I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of Sagittarius people born in December, but they're solid people, man. My mom's birthday, my sister's birthday was this week. We turned up. If you haven't seen the video of how we did it last night for my mom's, with her dropping down and getting her eagle on, slapping the floor, and then come back up. And then everybody wondered why I became a stripper. It's in my blood. See,
the making these are in your blood. The making these are in your blood.
Yeah. If I tell you about what my grandfather used to do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I couldn't escape it if I tried, is my point. But it's been a good week of celebration. I haven't had much time to really reach outside of my immediate family and circle to link up, talk to anybody. I've just been really investing. One thing my grandfather told me to do before he passed away was take care of his family. And I take that mandate super serious. And so sometimes I do disappear into the needs of my immediate family. And you guys know I love to give out to everybody and whatnot, but I've been missing in action, and no apologies are being extended because I was handling the business need to be handled.
That's right.
Friday was a really highlight of my week, though, because at my new job, we do this thing called the Learning Ladder, which anybody can come to. Y'all can actually chime in if you want to. It's on Microsoft Teams. This lady, the director of my job, she leads this group of people to learn new skill sets, to come to a non-judgmental place to share and be open and learn some things. This last Friday, we did something called a safe place to mess up. And we talked about how people who are unfamiliar become masters when they're given a safe place to mess up. So wherever you struggle in your relationship, with a sport, trying to pick up a new skill, be it an electrician or be it a pianist or whatever it is, man, like if you're given a place of grace to make mistakes, which help you gain experience, you can actually become a master in those areas where you're unfamiliar. And to hear the people share how much they wish they had. I asked a question. I said, what area of your life do you wish you had a safe place to mess up? And people chimed in anonymously. Oh, I wish I had a safe place in my marriage, or, in my position in my job or in my community. And then the next question was, think about this Christmas season. This is when we do all this giving. The best gift you can give someone is a safe place to mess up. Who do you need to give a place of grace to where they can become masters? Because before you have all these expectations and ultimatums, you need to give people education and exposure. Right. Before ultimatums and expectations, and people were in tears, man. Just my son, my daughter, my sibling, my husband, my coworker, And so that was really a highlight to see people open up, and hopefully a seed was planted that people will give themselves a place of grace to mess up and stop being hypercritical of self, so we can experience some growth in this life. So, man, that's it.
That's good.
And then you got people like this, Amber coming through. She knew my second birthday was December 10th.
Hey,
you know, so
no, what happened is she just messed up.
Yep.
No, she knew. She knew my second birthday was December 10th.
We giving her a place of grace.
Yeah,
Wow.
there we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Wow. Wow. Amber. This, they don't know. Because she actually sent me a happy birthday message on December 10th.
Hey.
So she's just following it up. But, you know, we're going to keep it private, because you see what happened when we get out in the public. People don't appreciate it. They hate me. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you should just be in the corner and slap yourself for Amber.
Yep.
I thought about it. And I changed my mind. Lisa Lee says, yeah, everybody is so critical, and that sounds like a good learning exercise. Man, take it and run with it, man. Put it on for your family. You know what I'm saying? Let's pay it forward.
That's funny. Man. I was just talking. I have watched TC earlier, a later episode, or earlier episode rather, and I was talking to Jay about it and how afraid of failure people become, because they don't feel safe in that if I mess up, it's okay. You know what I mean? And I was telling her that it's a failure can be a beautiful thing sometimes. You know what I mean? Because you realize, okay, I messed up here. I know exactly what I shouldn't do for the next time I go. You know what I mean? To me, the real failure is when people don't try. You know what I'm saying? When you don't try to go out for that promotion, when you don't try to, you know what I mean, be a better father or a better mother, you just say, oh, well, I messed up and that's it. Oh, well, you know what I mean? That's the real failure.
Yeah.
You know, the people that fail and get up and try again and fail and get up and try again, those are the real MVPs, because eventually they're going to stop failing and they're going to have all the experience. And like you said, they become masters at whatever that thing was that they were trying to go after.
You know, this is crazy. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot right now, right? So I'm gonna ask the same question, but I'm gonna start with you, Donnie, first.
What up?
What are you afraid of?
The first thing that came to mind is disappointing a lot of people around me. As I'm on this journey of finding myself, a fear comes up often that I'm not going to be anything like everybody thought that I was. Because as I'm on this journey, I'm finding out new things about me, and my therapist is telling me to embrace them. And he keeps asking me, how are people around you responding to it? And so I know that that fear keeps creeping in. I have to keep, facing it, just disappointing a lot of people around me.
Okay. What about you, Mike? What are you afraid of?
I think my biggest fear, again, it's like kind of like Donnie said, it's a struggle of trying to keep that fear at bay, is just letting my son down. And I have a huge fear of him blaming me on why his mom is not around later on in life. Like, I talk to him, I explain things to him, and that's fun. Man, this is crazy, because I was just talking about this today. Based on the message I was listening to, sometimes we create this false sense of fear based on what we think is going to happen, and we pretty much write a whole book about what's going to happen in the future based on our own fear that's never even happened. It's no signs that any of this stuff might happen, and we create these things in our own mind, either based on our own trauma when we were younger or anything else like that. But I think right now that's my biggest fear, is Denham blaming me for his mom not being around, and then me not, I guess, living up to my own and his expectations of me as a father.
Yeah. What about you, bro?
I don't know if this is gonna sound crazy, especially from people who know me. But I feel like my biggest fear is knowing, especially from where I come from, and knowing what I didn't have, is knowing that I have a lot of love to give, but have this huge block where I just won't let it out.
Yeah. Yep.
And then in turn end up missing out on what could possibly be something wonderful, because I'm just, always so guarded, or have my perception of things, or just mild-mannered, even tempered all the time, to where it's just like I'm just just so calm all the time where I just don't open up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't let anybody in because of, just not wanting to open up. Because I feel like, what's the point?
So you opened up this question in this book, man. Where you taking us, man? Because this is some straight transparency from the gate. This is good stuff, man.
Man, it was just a question that just came to mind. As we were talking. Go ahead, bro.
No, you got it.
No, I was saying as we were talking, that was like something that just popped up in my mind. You know what I mean? So just thinking like, okay, just pretty much being open and transparent and honest and just saying, okay, you know what? Like as men, we have things that scares us and we have things that we are afraid of. Yes. And it's not really talked about a lot because it's just like, you're expected to be this masculine, strong, I'm not scared of nothing and, blah, blah, blah. Don't nothing bother me. So I know we are vulnerable and transparent on this show. So it's just something that came to mind. You know what I'm saying? Just something else to just.
I mean, it was good to get it off my chest. It was good to say it out loud. I'm a firm believer that the reason certain fears have such a grasp on us is because we keep them in the dark and we don't say nothing about it. When we speak it out and we start to expose it, it's just like a lie. When you start to expose it, the truth has a chance to grab it around the neck and say, no, that ain't it. And so, this was good. Thank you for that question, man, because it brought it to the surface. So now I can deal with it.
Let's dive a little bit deeper because I also think that was a great question that was posed. And I feel like we can kind of expound on that question for a minute. What are some things that you guys have, if anything, have put in place to combat those fears? Because I'm sure we're not the only people on the show tonight that kind of deal with that same stuff that every single one of us have mentioned about being a fear. So what are some things that you guys have put in place or are doing to kind of combat those things, those thoughts, those feelings, that kind of stuff?
Man, one first thing that came to mind is that I have a mantra that I say every morning. My mantra is like 1 minute and 30 seconds long. But I say it every morning, either while I'm in like meditative state or I'm saying it in the mirror, because it reminds me that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and that whatever I find out about myself on this path, being that it's going to be authentically who I know that I am, as I'm learning this process, it's okay. Whatever I find out about myself, it's okay. Whatever I find out about my lineage, it's okay. There's no shame in that. I'm on the journey. If I become anal for a few weeks, if I get angry for a month or two, as long as I'm in my process, that mantra reminds me that I'm on this path and I'm gonna probably pass a whole bunch of different emotions and mental states. But God said that if you let me, I'll transform you into a new creature by changing the way that you think. And my mantra reminds me that doesn't happen overnight. And so that helps me not to get stuck in my fear and say, you know what? No, my mantra reminds me that this is worth it. Keep going.
Yeah. Right. Good. That's good. What about you, Doug?
So for me, what I've been trying to do to combat that, well, one thing is I just recently watched the movie The Shack again. And that movie is so powerful. You know what I mean? It was confirmation for me because number one is just the relationship of how God shows himself to us. And even like the part about that movie that stuck with me so much is when he started talking to wisdom. When he started talking to wisdom in that cave, it's just like, wow, you know what I mean? Number one, it was like the judgment piece, so it made me feel a certain way about how things been with me and my father and other people that's let me down, and the forgiveness piece about things that happened to me as a child and stuff like that. And it just really made me kind of start to open up and let go of certain things. It also allowed me to say, number one, what I'm saying, stuff happened in my life, but it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to let certain things go, and I don't have to always be on guarded. But even so much of, even though I am mellow and I really don't speak unless I have something to say. My circle knows that I'm either clowning around or I'm quiet. if I don't have anything to say, I'm not going to talk. But it's showing me that what I've started to do is I've started to open up and start to try to make it a point to enjoy life more, not just be about business, because I'm usually just, I gotta take care of business. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta make this happen. I gotta make this happen. But I'm seeing even more so that God is showing me to enjoy the journey, and part of enjoying that journey is to be able to open up, even when it comes to emotionally. Doesn't matter what I didn't get. Doesn't matter what I didn't get the experience. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like I'm gonna get to experience those things that I didn't get coming up when I open up. You know what I mean? It may not come from who I thought it was supposed to come from, but it's gonna happen when I do open up like that, and it's gonna be something like a reflection. I give it off and it's bouncing right back to me. So I guess that's what I've been trying to do to combat that, man. Just kind of open up and be more vocal about, the way I feel. Even sometimes, like honestly, man, sometimes like expressing the way I feel, it sounds real stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like sometimes when I express my feelings, you know what I'm saying, I sound like a weenie. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm serious, man. I feel like
a weenie,
like oh, this old soft ass nigga. You know,
you on the soft side.
Man, hey, I guess I do, but everybody don't get to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me feel kind of funny sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So but I'm trying to get out of that and just be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, you know what I mean? So I guess that's what I'm trying to do to combat it.
That's dope. For me, it's been a struggle, if I'm being honest. The therapy has definitely helped just open up some doors. Talking to my son often about it, because the kind of father I am, I don't. If I'm feeling some kind of way, I make sure to tell him about it, because he may be feeling the same way. You know what I mean? We're both going through abandonment issues. We're both going through this missing piece that should be here, naturally should be here, but it's not. You know what I mean? And then just other things as a single parent. And I don't ever want him to feel that, you know what I mean, he's to blame, you know what I mean, for anything that's happened in the situation that we both find ourselves in. So, but I think a lot of times just talking to him, talking to God, you know what I mean, definitely my circle. I've had conversations with Donnie and Carrie, and we've all had conversations together on the show about my situation and how I'm dealing with things. I've had conversations with Carrie where we've been riding in the car talking, and I've had to pull over just crying like a baby in the car driving. You know what I mean? And same with him. And it's just moments like that. They're sad and they hurt in the moment, but it's also a release. You know what I'm saying? And the more I talk about it, the more I open up about it, the more I'm able to forgive her for not being around, to being able to forgive me for decisions I may have shouldn't have made to get us here. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And just always just being transparent with him. That's my biggest thing in my life right now is, whether it's the relationship I'm in with y'all, whether it's the relationship I'm in with Jay, whether it's, me and his relationship, just always being open and honest and getting his opinion. Because I always want him to feel like he's a part of the decisions that I make. You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about me if I went on vacation for a week, if I was gone? I guarantee you, if he would have said, well, no, at this time, the way I'm trying to build our relationship, I may not have went, but that's a sacrifice I would love to make, because I need him to see that he's important. You know what I mean? Because he already feels like he's not important to his mom, because she's not here. So, although some people might say, well, no, don't put your life on hold. Well, for me, I don't see it as putting it on hold. I see it as sowing seed into his life. I could go on vacation whenever I want to, but if he this week that I'm here and I don't go on vacation, it may be a life-changing experience for him. Like, dang, my dad really does care. He works all the time, he does all this stuff for me, and then he deserves a vacation, but he said he's not gonna go so he can spend time. Like, come on, man, that's what it's about for me, man. So just just that like you guys said, talking about it and being able to open up about it, and then being in that safe environment. And I feel like with the circle that I have now, I have that environment. I could shed a tear. I could be angry. I could talk shit. I could get into it with y'all about whatever it may be. But I know that at the end of the day, the advice I receive from every single one of y'all is going to be legit. You know what I mean? It's something that I can count on. So,
you know what I really like about this, man, for everybody out there like watching and listening and whatnot, I feel like this is evidence that even the most quiet men have a lot to say when you give them a safe environment. Dub really set this environment after, we shared our check-in, shared the environment, like, yo, what's one of your fears? When you give a man a safe place to say things you don't want to hear, you'd be surprised the stuff that comes up. A brother will spill his guts and his heart, and like Dub said, like, show the soft side that we all have. Yeah. And we do want to share. We have stuff to say, but like we say on the show, and Carrie reminds us often, nothing can exist without an environment for it to exist in. If you want a vulnerable man, a transparent man, we're showing you that it's inside of all of us. Set the environment.
That's it.
Set the environment. Carrie, welcome to the show, bro.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
Let's get down to business.
Y'all good?
Yes, sir. He came up with the Barry White. Man. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today, brothers?
Come here, because he been
good.
Before we check in real quick, let me.
Is that my nephew coming up?
Come here, man.
We already checked in, bro.
No, I'm saying before y'all come here, man.
Let's get down to business.
Hi.
Hey, Carrie, yo, what's up?
Hi.
What's up, nephew? Hey, nephew, check this out, man. Look, it's something I want you to have for Christmas, and I want you to pay close. Hold on, I just.
It's always that one uncle, TJ. It's always that one uncle you got to watch out for.
I got a word for you to study this week. Catfish. I want you to go look up the word catfish, because not on my watch. Not on my watch. Not to my nephew.
Catfish.
Go.
Weird?
Go. It's your uncle. Go.
Right. That's all that
Uncle Donnie. That's Uncle Donnie's new girlfriend. We'll introduce you to him this week. Come on.
We'll introduce you to him this week.
No, I can't be mad. That was good. All right. Well, you missed your chance to check in after that.
Okay. Quite all right.
No, hey, Carrie put something in the chat this week, man, and it just reminded me of what Dub was saying about men like really showing their softer side. We see if we got a lot of comments. We're gonna get to it in a minute, but Carrie put this in the chat, man, and it just really, he said, let's normalize telling your friends you love them. Tell them a lot. Make it weird. And he put that in there, and y'all was like, man, I love y'all. And I said, I want to hold you in my arms.
He made
y'all said I crossed the line. That was the instructions to make it weird. You ain't ever want to be held by a man?
Golly. Immediately I thought of prison. Immediately. Jesus. You are too big to be asking another man that. Golly.
And this goes back though. You know what comes to mind for me? When my grandfather used to hug me and hold me tight, he wouldn't let me go. Yeah. And as much as society and culture may say, oh man, you shouldn't want that. I ain't felt it. My mom gives me the best hugs and stuff, but that place is powerful. Listen, every time I hug one of you brothers, when you let me, you know I'm good for hugging with two arms and not just one. It's something powerful about when men can set all that other stuff aside and let that power, that heart that's in my chest, man, and you need it, man. You know what I'm saying? You barely beaten, but I'm beating strong. You just need that.
I hugged the hell out of that little boy when I got to him the other day.
I know you did.
I mean, aggressively, like I needed it. I think I hugged him for myself. It wasn't. I missed my son, but I hugged him for me. You know, and that's been. We have been inseparable for the last 24 hours now. Like, I mean, literally, like, and every 5 minutes, it's a hug, it's a hold, it means something. It's something that comes from the inside. It's a depth, man. It's something serious. I remember when I got out the hospital in October, Donnie hugged me, and we both cried like little girls, you know.
And then I dropped him on the porch.
True story.
It wasn't.
True story.
It wasn't. I was trying. See, he goes out the hospital. prematurely out the hospital. They had attendants at the hospital that could have took Kerry downstairs, put him in my truck. He told them, no, my brother's gonna pick me up and put me in the truck.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he was down there with one nurse in a wheelchair, and I picked him up, I scooped him up like a princess, put him right there in the passenger seat, princess in the passenger seat. If you ain't seen the movie, go watch it. And I got to the house. I think I overshot.
Wait, by the way, people, I couldn't walk. That was, after being on a ventilator.
Oh, yeah. We should probably say that.
6-7 days. You don't have the functions of everything. Got
he was multitasking.
And then on top of that, he dropped me in front of it was just like that, bro. It was just it wasn't Granny though.
It wasn't like that.
Man.
So I'm carrying this dude from the car now to the driveway up the stairs, and then I still had to open the door. I was trying to hold this nigga like groceries and open one, and his brother collapsed like Pinocchio. I can't do it.
They don't work yet. They don't work yet.
Lost all hip control.
She said, I had a listen, let me tell you how good God is. I was working out, came home, had a protein drink, which was almond based. Didn't know that I was allergic to almonds. I had an allergic reaction, which made me have an asthma attack, which sent me into respiratory distress, which I had to be intubated. I had to have chest tubes, and I was on a ventilator for 6 days, and they didn't know if I was going to come out of that or not. And glory be to the Father that I'm here now, Listen,
again.
I don't want any more races with death. I'm good,
They don't look good on you. They don't
shot
look good
9 times.
Yeah.
On the ventilator for 6 days randomly. I'm good, I just lived these rest of these 90 years out, we good.
Man, we've been neglecting the people in the comments, man. Let's just backtrack a little bit before we get into the show. Man, yeah,
I feel like we've already gotten to this show.
We really have. Being soft makes you a warrior. We need our hearts soft so we can give and receive love. Being soft is true strength. Amen. You're not alone in feeling as a single parent where the father isn't around. Come on, man. Sometimes I go through these comments just to get extra encouragement, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
There's a lot of power in those moments, Michael, David, Daniel, talking about with your son. Man.
That's a fact.
This is good stuff, man. If y'all see one y'all want to throw up, man, just do what you do, man.
I
think Kiana mad that I showed CJ Catfish. I just go ahead. What you see, man?
Nah, surround yourself with those who encourage you and speak life, and that's what we're big on in this circle. Especially, you should see our group text. It's a lot of encouragement. It's a lot of bullshit. I'm not going to even lie.
I was about to say it's a lot of fuckery. It's a lot of encouragement.
Yeah, it's a lot of encouragement. Especially, who the fuckery has been coming from lately? Dub.
Damn.
I don't know what you're talking about because half the time
what is going on?
I agree.
Half the time I don't even look at him like, oh, these. No,
Dub found a new website that he got us all downloading on America's Best Videos or something like that.
America's Funniest Videos.
Fresh. It is fresh. Hey, it's fresh.
Oh man, that's funny. That's good stuff.
Hey Donnie, listen. All right, I see your background player, huh?
Right. So I'm over here. I'm over here at the W, man. I'm over here at the W. Yeah. We celebrate Mom's birthday over here in Beverly Hills. Mignon asked what I was eating. They brought my food up. I had me a crab cake with some sauteed cucumbers. If you never had sauteed cucumbers, bro.
Sauteed cucumbers,
bruh. Drizzled with something.
Did you see Dub give you the light skin eye just now?
No, I didn't. I'm trying to think about what this nigga talking about sauteed cucumbers.
That's
you know what I'm saying? No. Sauteed cucumbers, and then Carrie sitting over there, sauteed cucumbers, huh?
It sounded quite amazing.
Nah, nigga.
Hey, you was a light skin representative.
Wow.
That's exactly what he gave you. That's exactly what he gave you. He gave you the sauteed cucumber.
Wow. Hold on, Amber. Hold on. Amber said, yum. Hold on. Hey, slow down.
And then this dude got something to say about something being drizzled. No.
Wow.
No, you don't do that.
Well, Mignon said it sounds good. So I mean, you know, I know
Listen,
she just had a birthday.
I'm about to say, listen, you know what happens when you turn 40. You know.
Wow.
It kick in. So
Ah.
she heard drizzle, and you know.
Wow. All right. Fellas, let's say we grab one of these memes here.
That's what you're gonna say afterwards?
Yeah, that ain't it.
All
That's
right,
not
I'm
it,
back to
bro.
work.
Listen, I just want to live in the world and just enjoy myself here. Gee,
B Watts, what up with you, bro?
No way. No way. What's the
What
deal,
up,
brother? Man. All right. So, fellas, let's do. Okay.
Y'all got quiet like he was gonna respond. Everybody quiet like he was gonna be like,
this is why you black.
Y'all stupid.
Exactly, because when you in the spirit, he probably could say something, but you don't know Jesus. So how about this? You know, let him who have ears hear, but you don't have it.
Mike looked like he used to wear muscle shirts back in the day with no muscles.
Nah, I used to not have muscles, but we don't know what it is now. But anyway, what's the next one?
What is it, Mike? What is it? Because Mike took his long sleeve off and put on a short sleeve shirt. Let's show us why you did it, Mike. Show us why you did it.
I'm not doing that.
Show us why, Mike.
I'm happily
show us why you.
Listen, I'm happily in the relationship. I don't need no more DMs than I'm already getting.
Hey, if you're single,
that's you and Doug. Y'all was flexing before when we was backstage.
Hey, if you're single, show your guns. If you're single, show your guns. Just go ahead and put them out there. I'm by myself. Oh, come on. You know, Doug, when he put them out there. Hey, Carrie, hold on. Carrie, don't you make me go.
Raw Dog has spoken.
Carrie put a thirst trap picture up recently.
That's because people don't know I'm in the gym like that right now.
He's standing on the side like this. Like, brother, you going to crack every CD, every cassette tape, every... DJs can't be swole. You can't be swole on the...
All right. Hey, that's my selling point right there. Attractive and muscles from the DJ booth.
And shoes, and your shoes. Let's not forget about the shoes.
Listen.
Oh, hold on. Somebody,
Huh? Listen, all y'all got to do is come to one of Errol's Tung Sui classes. They do like 5,000 sit-ups, 350 reverse leg sweeps. They, you know what I'm saying? They in there. They in there.
You gotta do like the accidental tip down, like okay, like.
I thought he said the accidental tip. I'm about to say, what kind of game is that?
Oh,
hey,
man.
see, look, here we go, right here. What's good, fella? He responded, Michael. Thank you, B-Watch. You don't even need to know this brother over here. Don't worry about him. All right, fellas, I got one for you. I want us to jump into this question right here, man, or this comment right here. Here we go. If I date you, I won't control you. Do what you want. Your actions will tell me how much you respect the relationship.
Yes.
Hey, listen. I say that all the time. I'm not trying to control you. I don't want to control you. I want you to do what you're going to do, period. I want you to do what you do, period. I don't want to have to tell you what to do and what not to do. I want to see what you want to do on your own.
That's yeah. So
I don't want to control an adult. I want you to be an adult. I got a kid already. I don't want to have to tell him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Tell you what I tell him. That's
let me ask this question though. Number one, let me first start off by saying I agree 100% with y'all. But what happens when the person asks these questions just because they want to get to know you specifically and kind of cater directly to your wants and your needs, because you're not the guy that they dated before. So now they're just asking these questions like, hey, do you like this? Or would you mind if I did X, Y, Z, just because they want to make sure they line up with what you want?
I think that there are things that are true to who you are. You've been working on them. They work for you. They align you with your purpose. And then there's the outer area of things where you're flexible, you know? And I think that, you know, it reminds me of Coming to America. When the first one, when the girl was groomed for royalty and he like jump on one leg, bark like a dog. And for her, that was in straight alignment with how she had been raised and what she had been raised to do in that level of obedience. A lot of women nowadays might have an issue with anything remotely close to that. But her upbringing, that was her alignment. And I think for everybody, it might be different. As long as you don't get to pull up his comments, man. What you doing, homie?
That was an accident, TBH.
It was BTW.
Donnie.
LOL.
That's not it, man. That's not. God,
Beat the Willie, huh?
See,
What?
that ain't. God.
Better take what happens, huh?
Where's the H? Where's the H? Did
That's
you throw an
Dorsey.
H on there?
That's Dorsey, bro.
It's
Oh.
conjoined.
That's
It's
exactly
conjoined.
why I left, bro. That's exactly why
Back that way. Back that way. That's what it stands for. I don't know.
Man.
Oh man.
I ain't got nothing.
What I got? I got nothing.
I got nothing. It's fine. Hold up.
Paige says so true. The true colors will come out by their actions.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
why I
let
don't
me-
understand. Go ahead, D.
Mike, answer this then. As much as we say we don't like that, and I know this from me, I've really paid attention this week. A lot of the things that I say I don't like, I'm guilty of doing. And they're connected psychologically. My therapist let me know. Anything that you truly, truly hate, be careful that you don't actually do it because that emotion is strong. Hate and love, they're strong emotions, which means they're very influential. So as much as we talk about this controlling piece, have you ever struggled with trying to control somebody in a relationship?
I think. Okay, you tell me if this is controlling because
Yes,
when
Mike,
I
it is. Damn it.
whenever a nigga gotta ask the homies, okay, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's why you asking because you know you're wrong. Damn it.
I want to hear your example though. I want to hear your example.
When I was in the relationship, I felt like she didn't have any real drive to go out and do anything with herself. So I felt like I was grooming her to because she said she wanted to do a specific service. So I felt like I was grooming her to do this service, set her up with business
That sound like a
cards
pimp.
and
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Sound like
She
them.
was trying to be your bottom, huh? Yeah.
rude. But no, so I just felt like I was just trying to push her along into her career path that she said she wanted to do. She initially said that I was trying to control her, but in my mind, it wasn't that. It's just that I felt like if I don't give you that push, you're not gonna do it on your own. Whether it's because you lack the drive or you're lazy or whatever the case may be, if I don't push you to do it, you're not going to do it. Then it became you're acting like my father, yada yada yada. So
Yeah, controlling. Yeah. There's
But
a
I think
difference
that a lot of
between
people
pushing-
think. But I think a lot of people think controlling is just you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing, you can't talk to nobody, you can't. That's not always what controlling. What I was doing was controlling. It's different kinds of control.
I was about to say
like-
the distinction. Oh, go ahead,
No, go
Gary.
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Real quick, the distinction I feel like is pushing someone versus supporting someone.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where the difference comes into play with the controlling aspect of it. It could you could say, oh, it's about the intention behind it. But honestly, you know, even the whole trying to control somebody, even that is an illusion. You can't control somebody who don't let you.
Wow.
Even with God, we have to submit and humble ourselves to him. Even no matter what a person control they think they have over you, unless you obey and submit to it, it ain't you still in control of you. Like my grandma said, ain't nobody put a gun in your head. You still get to choose.
Right.
Go ahead, Kerry.
But that taps into when people be like, oh, well, I don't want them around these people. My woman can be around whoever she wants to be around. It's still her actions. If somebody does something to her, that's right. So, you know what I'm saying? If she chose to do it, that was her decision and that was what she wanted to do. But I was saying that in that aspect of pushing and guiding, for me, I realized that I was trying to do that, in the fact because I knew that if she didn't, I wouldn't want her anymore. Like what the guy, because I felt the same way about how you was trying to guide her or push her to do something for herself. And I felt like that's the kind of woman I wanted. And I felt like she had the ability to do it. And I knew that if I didn't say nothing about it, she wouldn't do it. But then if she didn't do it, I wasn't going to want her. So it was like, I was kind of like twofold purpose with it. You know what I mean? Like I wanted her to be like that. So I was trying to push it, which could be controlling. So yeah, it was controlling, Mike.
What about this though? DTF said, I will definitely do what I want, but I still love for him to be a little controlling in some aspects. Definitely will remain respectful, but that is sexy to me. And that is, you got to get some clarity on that. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of women say they want, like DTF said, but I think it's more they want the man to take the lead. That's different than being controlling. Taking the lead and being a leader in your relationship is different than the man being controlling. So I think it's important to get that fine line and that distinction between I want a man who's a little controlling and I want a man to take the lead and be the man.
Okay, so what do you want the man to control? You want him to control his
I don't want him to control anything.
Urges?
So listen, check this out. She said leadership versus controlling. Got to know the difference. So this is what I don't want to confuse. I don't want to confuse us thinking from a man's perspective. Ladies in the audience, tell us the difference from your perspective. Leadership versus controlling.
That's good.
You want one today, Dub?
Hey.
Right. And you spend like moisturizer.
Yeah, it is.
This guy right
It's
here.
like evenly shaded and shit.
I don't know, and I've been telling. I don't know for the last month or so. This man been glowing. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but that's what we thought. But apparently not.
Or Mike is shooting his shot. Something's going on right now.
Hey. Listen,
you glowing. You glowing. How much are your groceries? Huh?
What?
That was the next question. This nigga seen you in line at Rouse. Now he offering to pay for your groceries.
Listen,
you just glowing. You shouldn't be paying for your own food.
Happy New Year.
This brother was seriously offended. What did you say about my groceries?
Jeez.
I got it, Chief. I got it, bro.
Donnie, you letting the dude pay for your groceries?
Who you talking to?
Master Donnie. Listen, dude. Nigga, I was talking to Donnie. He was city. Look, he turned into Mike Color.
Right.
But I'm a dark skinned nigga. Hey, listen, whoever want to pay for my groceries can pay for my groceries. They can pay for the whole line. Hey, nigga, throw my Gatorade and my shrimp up there. I'm trying to save money. Y'all know my plan is to retire my mom. So wherever I can save a buck, homie, it's going down.
Man.
I use the word assertive. I like an assertive man, but gives me freedom to be myself.
Can't nobody give you freedom. It's yours. Use it or don't use it. It's like this goes back to a woman telling me, I don't want to waste my time. It's yours. Don't waste it. Don't blame it on me. If you don't like what you see and I'm not conforming to what you want things to be happening, it's your responsibility. Because something happened to me at the end of your days, you're going to look back at yourself and say, stupid. It ain't going to be me.
Yeesh.
All right. I got herself a show tonight, I see.
Jugular.
You ain't about to tell me later on, give us three.
Nope, give us three.
Told me.
Here you go, Doug. There you go. Leadership is guiding and instructing in a positive, uplifting way. Controlling is trying to change me to fit your liking. What attracted you to me in the first place?
All right. Okay. I received that.
We got another one. Leadership, in my opinion, is action and teaming up with goals, basically separate but work together.
I like that too.
I'm starting to feel like that's a great question that you asked up.
Yeah.
That the woman that we choose to be with, we need to get her definition of it. Because I'll be telling her, man, Lisa in China said, she's like, well, I ain't Lisa in China. Right. And I think that it's important for us to take that as good guidance. But what you did, Doug, was phenomenal, man. What we said we're gonna start doing more of, asking more clarifying questions before we draw conclusions.
Yes.
Somebody answer this. Can somebody clarify this?
I've been humping.
We let her back in, and that was a problem. We let her back in, and that was the problem. We let her back in. She been cool. She been cool for a month.
She been cool. Earl wasn't here.
Kizzy, I appreciate you.
She didn't even show up when Earl wasn't here.
These Negroes right here, they jealous of my chocolate. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. They jealous of my chocolate. I ain't talking about that chocolate. Carrie, drop them eyes like that. Quit looking like that, brother.
I didn't like it. It made me so uncomfortable. I didn't even want to eat my breadstick after he said that.
Because in all honesty, he's the same color as that breadstick.
Wow.
This nigga right here.
Jeez.
Oh man.
We gotta move, man. We gotta move. All right, here we go. Now we talked about this one a little before about posting each other, but check this out. Social media don't ruin relationship. Acting single on them does.
Actual factuals.
What you got, Dub?
Acting. I'm just trying to think. Acting single on there. I guess the key word on there is acting, which is action. And I think for me, that was a key word for me. Acting single does. So when you're doing things that, you know, because sometimes it's like, sometimes people just are in your business. You know what I'm saying? So they just assuming certain things about you. But then when you put the acting single into it, it sounds like it's putting action into place. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I guess that was a key word for me on that.
Yeah.
Well, then some people also say, I'm single until I'm married. So dating you, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, I am single. But is it that I'm acting like I'm not interested in somebody? Acting like am I acting like I'm available emotionally?
But I think that's a conversation you have to have with your partner. The definition of what, you know, the defined lines in your dating. You know what I mean? Because you can't have one person that says I'm exclusively dating someone, or I am exclusively dealing with someone, but yet the other person isn't. They're like, well, I'm single till I'm married. Well, that's not the case here. So that has to be defined within the.
So if that's the case, I definitely 100% agree with you on that, Kerry. Because if that's the case, you want to try to say, okay, well, I'm single till I'm married. So you mean to tell me until I marry you, I can have a bunch of women and do whatever I please to do with any of these women, and you can't really say anything about it or have an opinion, or I don't even want you to get in your feelings until I walk you down that aisle and say I do. You can't say nothing about nothing.
I'll say it like this. No, because just because you're single doesn't mean you want to sleep around. It doesn't mean that you're going to sleep around. It doesn't mean that you even want to entertain other people. Singleness has nothing to do with the boundaries you set for yourself. That's just a title that people try to help categorize, who I should pursue and who I should leave alone. A person's personal morals and ethics are not in their title. It's in who they say that they are as a woman or as a man.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's going to do anything immorally in that sense. Like, you know, you have some people that date multiple people at one time, right? Yep. So morally, they feel like they're not doing anything wrong when they're dating multiple people at one time. So with that being,
I was just saying, if that is the conversation. Go ahead.
Right. So with that being the case, if they're trying to use that caveat, you know, single until married, so that means they can date and hang out and do whatever they want to with multiple people until they walk down that aisle and say, you know, I do.
Mr. Cavi, did you say caveat?
Hey, you ain't about to play me like that. That's what you're not about to do. That's doggone it. That's what you're not about to do.
Doggone it. So try this on for size. Listen, I think we always go to the other end of the spectrum when we talk about, this open relationship or I'm single and, that means I can do whatever I want. What about the people who don't want to do anything? They just because they're in a relationship with you doesn't mean they want to kiss you or have sex with you. Maybe they just really want to get to know you. I think we have to talk again. This separates you from the title of single or in a relationship. It goes back to what Kerry said. What is the agreement Meese and Use made about us getting to know each other? What is the agreement? Because that's where people have a right to feel violated or disrespected because we made an agreement on this. Not what you made up in your mind because you like me and now I'm supposed to reciprocate. Not because we kissed and we had sex and now it's unspoken that we're together and you ain't doing this with nobody else. No, what is the agreement?
So tell me this. What is the agreement you made with her?
That as long as she keep me laughing, I'm gonna keep it popping. I told you, man, there's some girls that got a good conversation and make you laugh, bro. I just, Matter of fact, let me break this whole picture down because there's, some good things. You can break down, look at different, I could. No, I can't do it. Never mind.
Listen, I was waiting. I was waiting to hear.
Listen,
I went straight to the spot in the bathroom to the left that was on the wall. I didn't even look at her.
I mean, but she just looks so happy though, man. She just like she's happy and she's content. It's something about that is attractive.
Nice.
Shower curtain is nice.
Yeah, it is.
I told y'all, man. We talked about that last week, man. It's something I've been peeping game as I've been like going to work and meeting new people and traveling at the gym and stuff. It's something about a woman with like a cheerful is it a misdemeanor? Not a misdemeanor. Okay, yeah, not a misdemeanor.
God,
yeah.
He want her fresh out the county.
right.
Ain't nothing like a girl with a joyful felony. Nah, just yeah. Shoot. I've been seeing, how that whole trend was, this is my resting bitch face, right? It's just something about women who just seem like they just got this joy coming out of them, and it not even trying to attract anybody. It just seems like it's genuine, like they're in the present moment, and right there, she got one of them bullets stuck up in. Who got the remote? All I'm saying is that it's just something. If you know, you know. It's just something about just the older I get, I just want someone who's just happy within themselves, and it just is spilling out. Who has a good perspective of the world, does not taking things too personal. I don't believe you. Hey, Mike, did you put that up?
I did.
Hey, remember when Hart was that girl too happy you come home? Hey, look who got fired today. Hey, babe. I like that cheerful, annoying, so sweet. Like, I'll take that, man. 100%. Carrie, like, please
go to your room.
Go to your room.
I feel like it got to be a balance, right? I like the happy. I like the happy, but you know what I'm saying? Don't be happy when I'm just chilling, because I'm saying, like, shut your stupid ass up. I'm chill. You know,
hey, before he said it, that's why I started laughing before, because I knew it was coming.
I'm serious. It's like it definitely got to be a balance.
Jeez, bruh.
Hey, I'm all with it, man. I like that, and I know that in the past I've had that. I think that's why I like it. And almost every girl that I've dated, that's been a season or a spell that we've gone through, and I should have appreciated it more at certain times when I did have it. But now I'm like, man, yeah, let me fixate on that. Let me highlight that a little bit, man. That's a good thing. Carrie, what? What?
No, I knew it was coming, bro. Like, look like that, but like close the door on her. Like he just want to be in his room. I don't want to talk to you.
Right. Like, come on, man, we good, but not look. Exactly. Like, you gotta tell her, like, not right now. But I'm just so excited, man.
So excited.
Yeah, man. Man.
Oh, okay.
Yo, one of my friends texted me. He said, yeah, don't be happy when I'm chilling. It's something about being on a different page.
Exactly.
Hey,
man. I think I
was about to say this is why I believe that when I get married again.
Hey! That's Mike. That was Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't allow liars on this show. We'll give you the honest truth.
I don't want to get married again.
Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Look at the face, though. Look at the CJ face.
Wow.
One day.
Wow.
One day. But I do believe that we should have 3 bedrooms. My room, her room,
Sister wives,
and a room in the middle. No, I feel like a lot of people take away from the dating. Like after you stop dating, you know what I mean? After you get together, you take away from the dating. I want to be able to send my girl a pic and be like, hey, why don't you meet me at the spot? The spot being our bedroom. But on days where, you know what I'm saying, whether she's on her period, whether it's a day I don't feel like being bothered, you can go to your own space. Like you're still a human being.
If she on her period, you don't want to send her to go to your room. Go to your room.
Hey, you better run that red light and quit playing around, boy. I tell
Jesus.
you what.
All right. No, that's not what I meant by that.
I want some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
All right.
Baby. Make you want to slap your mama.
I'm just saying, like, you know, you should have your space when you don't feel like being bothered, because one person may be on the happy train and you don't want to get the door slammed in your face by Dub.
Hey, check this out. Allison said, I totally agree. Separate bathrooms too. One of my friends told me the trick to their marriage, or not the trick, but the tool that they've used to stay married so long, they don't poop in front of each other. Even when they're on vacation, they'll go use the lobby toilet to drop the deuce. They don't let each other smell each other's. Mike, you just nasty. Mike just he let one rip right there just now. He's like, man, listen here. This is work. Oh man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Already?
Yeah, it is.
Buddy, it's time.
All right, you know what time it is, Mike. You, Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Big
ass kid over here.
It's Mr. Nasty time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love what you guys do. Mike, you want to do the voiceover, and I do the fun.
Yeah. So, like we tell you guys every Sunday, and then for those just that's tuning in for the first time, first of all, thank you everybody that's been here so far, taking an hour thus far out of your Sunday. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're rocking with us, and we appreciate it. So our Cash App, we do this for free, basically. It costs to be on here, so we pay for that. We pay for anything that we might have coming up, which is a few things. And we just really we do it out of labor of love, honestly. Kerry, my brother, had this idea. Was it 2 years ago? Damn.
Going on 2 years. Going on 2 years.
Going on 2 years ago. To just have basically some shop talk with me, him, and what you laughing at?
I'm sorry, man. Lisa over here talking about you have to use Bath and Body Works room spray. Or you need to change your diet. You can't pour a whole bottle of that up your crack and just hope for the best, man. You got to change.
Wow. Yep. So, yeah.
Please send us money. Listen. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all be scared to ask for it. Listen, Bob said,
preacher is not here. It comes.
Laughter is medicine. No, honestly, man, it's some people, and me and Mike were talking about this before the show. There's a lot of churches that shut down Bible studies and small groups, at the end of the year, and people be looking for somewhere to go. Man, we know, we've seen the numbers, man. We see the numbers rising. We see that y'all faithful, y'all showing up. We want to keep this going. Again, we doing this as a labor of love, but it's also.
Maybe I'll cash that.
Damn. That was good. That was pretty much.
That's good. Wow. Touche.
Because I don't want to have to block her. Wow. I was just, we could do like Lil Duval did, make it private. People got to pay to get in, but we ain't doing that. See, the good Lord put on our hearts to come on here and just do this labor. No, really. Some people.
Next thing you know, we only fans.
Hey,
listen. Stay tuned for the shirtless episodes. I don't know.
What? Wait. Everybody on OnlyFans ain't taking their clothes off, man. That's not the only thing they doing.
I agree, but I didn't say that's what we gonna do.
Well, I know what you be looking at.
He tried to tell you earlier he was in audition to be a pimp. So
in audition.
That story.
In audition.
Listen,
he didn't quite make it.
Darcy and Pimp ain't in right now anyway. Go ahead. When's the last time you seen a dark skin pimp?
The verbiage.
Right now?
You must be looking at Gary or Dub. No, Dub. He the chocolatey one. Let him tell
man.
Right. That's right.
You got one. Compliment this man one more time on the show. Tell you right now, brother. And now you looking thirsty. Now.
Oh
man.
He said you can't pay for his groceries. Leave this man alone.
Golly. Foolish.
Lisa, I couldn't block you if I wanted to, man. She said, what you gonna block me for? Not gonna block. We don't. Oh, we do. There are some people we do block who come on here with some craziness, but you ain't one of them. You've been contributing in more valuable ways than money with your input. So we appreciate that. Before we move on to the second half, we want you guys to jump in the comments. Tell us what your favorite part of the show has been so far, and tag somebody who just needs some uplifting. Some of y'all have been dealing with family members you ain't seen in a long time this season, or dealing with family members that ain't coming back no more. Tag them so they can come enjoy some of this love, some of this transparency, this honesty, and just enjoy another a good hour before they go back into their work week. All right.
Also, businesses, small businesses. We usually have some to share with you guys. I don't think we have any. Oh wait, we may.
I wanted to start saying let's stop calling it small businesses, because these not small businesses. These are businesses. Period.
Businesses. I agree with that. Businesses.
But they got small business loans. So if they giving me money, I'm gonna call it whatever they want me to call it. And I'll say, hey, listen, my little tiny business needs this grant.
Sheesh. No, but
my baby business. Okay, sorry, go ahead, man.
This guy.
Drop the name of the business or the Instagram handle or Facebook handle or website.
Hey, Donnie, you was dancing tiny business.
Huh?
Wow. Whoa.
What happened?
Woo. Shots fired. Pew,
hey.
Pew, pew.
Wasn't he talking crazy? Hey.
I didn't even hear what he said. What he said.
So wasn't that your name when you was dancing tiny business?
Fuck.
I said, damn it.
Y'all know his first name was really Peekaboo though, right?
It wasn't. It was a suggestion. That was never the name.
Wow.
I'm still waiting on you to deny what Doug said. He kind of just skated right past it.
What?
This is what you do. This is how you
my business, brother.
It's not. And this is what you don't understand about creating mystique, brother. You can't answer all the questions. Let them wonder. Let them go search you out and find for themselves. And then when she get her back blown out, then the understanding is there. But don't just give up all the information out the gate. Ain't got nothing to prove.
Don't give him the whole 9. You give him 6. And I got to work for that.
You'll get the extra 2. You'll get the extra 2.
Or we can get him some Bath and Body Works. All right, man. We got some stuff to get into.
The Portia want to see.
Ever since you came to the West Coast, all of a sudden, now what you doing on the West Coast? What you really here for? All right, man, y'all ready to get into these videos, man?
Let's go.
So let's start with this. This one is a relatable one, and we'll go into something heavier a little bit later. Mike, you have something?
No, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So listen closely to this, man.
Well, I think you're very attractive.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you if you're single.
I am single.
You are single?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I'm just focusing on work right now.
So you wouldn't have time to put a lady in your life?
Not the way I would want to.
What's that way? What's the way you want to?
I would want to be able to make her a priority. I don't think I can do that right now.
So you're not scared of missing out on the right girl? Let's say you meet me today and you think I'm the right girl and you're not going to talk to me because you don't have really a lot of time to meet me, so you're not going to talk to me at all?
Well, if you're the right girl, but I treat you wrong because I don't necessarily have the time to devote to you that I wanted to, then I don't think I would do either of us a good service.
That sounds really good. Usually guys are not like that.
Simple. I know what I have to offer.
Let me tell you what conversation. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, now when she woke up the next morning and cooked him breakfast, you think, huh? No, he didn't take her. Okay, sorry. No, never mind. That's all. I just thought with the accent and the
Hey, bro, that accent and them eyes, I was like, shoot, I could change jobs. Wow, Lisa, this is exactly why you ain't got to cash app us, because the comments.
She's
like,
trying to be a citizen.
Bro, hey,
No,
green card and a chocolate thumb. I tell you right now. So this is the part that got me. What's wrong?
What did you say? A green card and a chocolate thumb?
They do try to rotate on it.
You trying to put
If you
it
know,
in
you know. If you know, you know. Listen, I'm trying to have a serious moment.
No, you trying to treat it like a bowling ball.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, she probably from Trinidad or something. And that boy, them people are something else. If you Trinidadian, big ups to you, because boy, I done learned some things about y'all these past 2 years. Jeez, I mean, culturally.
Culturally, right.
It's embedded in the culture. My point is, do you hear the point of the conversation where she said, "You're not afraid of," and that's the driving point for a lot of people. I have a plan for my life. I know what I'm doing, but I'm scared that I'm going to lose this, so I abandon what I know I should be doing because of fear. And of course, his response, like, if you're the right person, that conversation could go anywhere. But the point for me from that conversation is, you're not afraid that if it's like, no, don't operate from that place of fear, is what I continue to tell myself. Because if you're operating the path that God has for you, what you need to run into is going to be on that path. But when we start thinking like, oh, I'm getting too old, or, oh, she's super fly and I'm doing this, so I got to abandon this to go do that. Like, what do you gain from leaving your path to go get something else? Isn't that evidence right there that if it don't coincide with what God's called you to do, you're not
do more damage.
Maybe a red flag?
You can do more damage. Look, I totally agree with his answer, because you could do so much more damage not being ready for a situation and forcing yourself into it. You know, the mush in, because you can mush in a whole lot more.
But when did you get to that point, though? When did you get to that point of realizing that his statement was like spot on? Because back in the day, that wouldn't have been my response, especially if she was bad. She had the accident. Like, we could try it. Like, I know that I'm not going to be able to give you everything that you're sitting here talking to me about, but you fine. So when did y'all get to that point to where it was like, look, I just can't do it. I'm not ready.
After my last relationship, after I took the time to heal and realized that it was more, there were more things I needed to focus on, that I needed to fix for self, than it was with me pointing out the issues that she had. I realized that it was things that I needed to fix. And in fixing that, I realized that I didn't need to rush. That there was a lot of things that I had to say no to that I didn't even want to say no to. But I realized I needed to, not only for myself, but for the person. Because the last thing I wanted to do was continue to damage women, continue to damage them after, you know what I'm saying? I call myself healing to be a better man. Now I'm hurting not only her, but I'm hurting myself.
Yeah.
The point that it changed for me is when my good friend exposed me to a deeper understanding of karma.
Ooh.
When she really sat me down and explained that to me on what? What'd you say, DJ? What happened? Did Carrie say something, or am I tripping?
It sounded
like he was saying something.
Oh, he froze.
Oh,
okay.
Did he say please help? Did he say? All right. I'm gonna shoot him a text real quick. Make sure he's good.
He may have left the door open, let the Wi-Fi out. I don't know. You know, people doing that. People be doing that. People let the Wi-Fi. Anyway, y'all niggas.
Tell him in your old man voice, man.
Nah, man, that's childish, Donnie. That's childish.
He was yelling at CJ, close the door. You can let the Wi-Fi.
CJ didn't open the door over there. Whole Wi-Fi got out.
Yeah, he good.
Hey, hold on. I got somebody at the door. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Real life. All right.
Fortnite took over everything.
Yeah. Listen, Denim came in here. Are you on Denim 5G or just regular Denim? Can you move off of? Are you paying any kind of Wi-Fi bills in here, boy? I moved off the Wi-Fi he was on because he told me.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Okay, son.
Okay. The part that I was saying was that deeper understanding of a karma. Do you not understand, man? Especially those of us who have children, man, those seeds that we plant, they show up again in our lives or in our children's lives. What do you think it means by the sins of my father and that generational thing, man? When she started helping me understand even some of the things that I'm struggling with are different choices that my father made. I started saying, like, man, I can put a stop to this now by being honest and being disciplined and being like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it ain't, because I care about my future and even the children I don't yet have.
Man, that piece about your father is big. I was just talking to Jay the other day, and we were driving, and I was saying about how Denim is so much like me. It's almost scary, and I find myself wanting to get on his case about certain things. I'm like, I almost can't, because that's me. That's exactly the way I would have answered. That's exactly what I would have done in that situation. And it's like, you know, you almost have to, like you said, break the cycle of things that you know that may not be good for him growing up as a child into an adult, because they can turn into different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as an adult, I'm this way,
Yeah.
but as a child, you shouldn't be acting like I'm acting as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you just gotta, you know, because one, kids are always watching, so you just gotta be on your P's and Q's at all times.
But it
If
also
that's the
helps
case,
you.
go ahead. Now I was about to say, if that's the case, I'm gonna be in trouble when I finally have kids.
Well, no, because that's actually what I was saying.
Why is that?
It help you correct the things for yourself, though.
It'll
help you take a look at yourself and look at the things that you do and make you realize that you don't want to do them because he's looking at you. Because she's
you know
looking
what?
at you.
For me, like some stuff I do, I don't think anything is wrong with it. Like I'm very direct, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything wrong with being very direct. You know, I don't want to sit up here and waste nobody's time. I don't want to play around with nobody. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's on my mind when it's on my mind. If I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I'm not gonna make you feel something that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna leave you in suspense or thinking that I'm saying this when I'm really saying something else. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. So with that being the case, when I just said, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be in trouble, because it's not even that it's so much of a bad thing. It's just seeing somebody like myself, you know what I'm saying, and having to raise somebody like myself and hoping that they won't be stubborn. And if I'm trying to tell them something, if I'm trying to guide them in a certain way, hope they won't be so strong and so stubborn not to be able to receive it.
They're gonna be. Wait, hold on. Let me get this one real quick. They're gonna be stubborn, but that's what's gonna change you, because you're gonna adjust to having to learning how to speak to them, to not make them as stubborn as you are. They're going to make you adjust to the things that you're commonly used to doing. They're going to make you grow in ways that you had no desire to, that you had no idea you could. It's going to bring out something in you that you don't, it's going to bring out a you in you that you don't even know.
I think my daughters probably would.
100%.
My son will be like, hey, look here, little dude.
But listen though, man, like they say though, it's half you and half the person you with. That's why you need that bubbly chick. You know what I'm saying? To help balance out some of that out. Get the bubbly one. You know what I'm saying? Your son gonna be, yay, you know, whatever you want, Dad. Whatever you want, Daddy. You're my dad. No? You want your dad?
No.
Dad, you got fired today? I'm
gonna tell him just like I told him. Hey, sit your little stupid ass down somewhere.
You're acting just like your damn mama.
I believe him. I believe him 100%. I believe that's exactly what. Hey, you call me Uncle Don's. Uncle Don's. My dad kicked me out the man cave again.
Golly.
I couldn't wear pink tennis shoes. All right. Y'all ready for the next one?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
We're not going heavy yet, but this is. I want to see if y'all can relate to this moment.
Toxic relationships be like.
Get away from me, bro. Why you stay away? Why would you do that?
Yep.
Watch this.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
Yep. 100%.
Absolutely not. What? You never been there?
I've never been there, and I will never be in that situation. I will never be in that situation. Like,
God bless you, brother.
How does a brother get in that situation? Kerry looks like he has a lot to say about this. Was that you in the video? It's first 48.
Listen, y'all watched me do that for 4 years. Y'all watched me do that for 4 years. Y'all watched it. You already knew. You already knew exactly what was going on, huh? Yeah, threw a whole suitcase down the 17 steps.
I have my man. Golly.
These two over here, these two right here, we used to be the leaders of the toxic crew.
It's just, and then you look back like, how was that ever my life?
How was that me?
Check this out though. God. Real talk though. Allison says some men love that, and I don't understand it all, but some men do. Some women love it.
In the midst of it, I did, because the makeup sex and what happened after was off the planet. You know what I mean? But it was for me. It was definitely a spirit behind it. You know what I mean? I had meaning I had got. Wait, what happened?
Toxic
Buddha. I saw that too.
You care to explain, Lisa? Or should I say toxic Buddha? What is it that you mean? Sound like a real bad fart, but
no.
What were you saying, Mike? I'm a toxic Buddha.
Nah, it's one of those things, you know.
Silent, you start to
you stupid. You start to tell yourself it's just that y'all just both real passionate, and you know, you start lying to yourself about what it really is, and it's bad, especially when it spills out over into public. You out in public and y'all doing all this crazy stuff. I remember me and Denim's mom was on the freeway, and Denim was just born, and she was in the back seat, and me and her were going at it, arguing, going at it. And then she's like, pull over and let me out. We on the freeway. No, I'm not pulling over and letting you out. You'll get out when I say you get out. And I'm just driving on the freeway. She gets Denim out of the car seat. I'm doing like 70. She gets Denim out of the car seat and proceeds to open the door on the freeway, doing 70. No lie. And this kind of stuff is just, it happened all the time in the relationship. It wasn't nothing new to me. It wasn't nothing at the time. This is just the relationship. She's crazy. I was crazy. Like, we just.
And the sex was that good.
Yeah, man.
In comparison, nigga, that's witchcraft.
Yeah, and that's what my mom said. That's what my mom said. She said, because I moved to Lancaster, didn't talk to none of my friends no more, didn't talk to nobody. It was just me and her, isolated. And you know, I turned into a whole different person. But it was scary. Looking back on it, it was really scary.
Listen, I got out of my own truck at a light about 8 blocks away from the house. I mean, literally, like, when I say at a light, I mean, like, I was driving. I put the truck in park, got out. We in the second lane. I walked over to the sidewalk and walked home. She on the side, like, get in the car. No, I don't want to. And by 12 o'clock at night, I'll never do that again ever in my life.
You just have to be careful of who you tie yourself to. In all honesty, you don't know what kind of spirits come along with people, like a cute face, and even I'm sorry to say it, Donnie, but even a bubbly personality, that ain't enough these days. You got to see what a person's spiritual life like. What are you surrounding yourself? What are you believing in? What are you confessing over your life? What are you confessing over my life? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Dating is scary. I don't know how y'all do it.
Go ahead. No,
I would say it like this, because somebody did put up there, they say disrespectful. So why continue in a relationship? To get away from, philosophical and just get into personal, the toxic relationships that I have been in, I think that what Mike is saying is true. When you invest and give someone access to you, there is an influence that sometimes supersedes your common sense. There's an influence through intimacy that can supersede what you know better to do. And it confuses even you. You're like, I should not be doing it, but here I go. Here I go. And that's why sex is powerful. And it has an intended purpose to glue people together in a supernatural way. And when you don't use it for that purpose, you still find yourself reaping the benefits of being connected to someone in a supernatural way and the rest of their spirits.
That's crazy.
If I'm honest, I didn't know what, excuse me, as an adult, should I say, I didn't know what being in love really felt like. And I guess I thought that's what it was. We had so much in common. I mean, I fell in love with her in the environment that I loved. Everybody knows I love bowling. So the environment that I fell in love with her in, I was looking at all the things that we had in common and all the things that I liked about her and not subtracting the things that I had a problem with, you know what I mean? And really I was in love with being in love. And I was not thinking shit. What's up, Doug?
What you got, Doug?
I have a question. It's an honest question. What does it mean to be in love? What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means. I know what it means. No, seriously. I'm really asking that question. Like, I know what it means for me to love somebody, but what does it mean to be in love?
Check this out.
Is that more of an emotional thing, or like a feeling thing?
To be in love, just like love, people defined it themselves. But we've had this on the show for a while. We just haven't used it. What do you think about this? When you are in love with someone, when you're in love, you want the person to love you back with equal fierceness. When you love someone, you love relentlessly without expecting an equal measure of attachment. I don't know. What you think?
I like that definition.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Go ahead.
So for me, it's just like when I think about the two, and maybe I'm just confusing this because it's just the thought about it. I think about loving somebody. When I think about love, I think about what the Bible says about love. Love is patient, love is kind, love endures all. Having these is not so much about feeling based, right? It's a choice. It's an action. But then when I think about in love, the term in love, in my mind, it goes towards feeling based, mushy feelings.
Well, when they say I'm in love with you, that's one of the distinctions. Go ahead, Gary.
No, keep going, because that's
one of the distinctions for me, is that both of you guys have agreed to be in this. I'm in love with you.
It's a shared space.
I love you. Okay. Yeah. It's a shared space.
That's what I was saying. When you love someone, you love them, and that's what it is. But when you're in love, you're in a space. You are sharing a space when you're in love. Because I ask people all the time, how do you fall out of love? When somebody goes, well, I was in love with this person, I fell out of love. How did you fall out of love? I don't love this person anymore, or I'm not in that space. It's not a space that's shared anymore. When you're in love with someone, you're in a shared space. When you're out of it, that's
and we talked about this on the show before. We said that when you say you're in love with someone, that means that you now see them in the big picture scheme of your life. God has revealed that they play a very important role, a partnership role in the big scheme of your life. And so I'm in this love walk. I'm in this love manifestation, whatever you want to call it, with you, because God has identified to me somehow in this grand scheme of what my life purpose is, that you play this very significant role. This is why, until we develop ourselves and do the work within ourselves, it's going to be challenging for us to even know if we love someone or in love with someone, should or should not be with someone. The relationship you have with you and with God is the prerequisite before you can actually truly say you love or are in love with someone else.
Okay, so if that's the case, then by what you guys are saying, so that means, Donnie, and I'm just going to use Carrie for an example. That means you're in love with Carrie.
Yeah.
In a shared space.
Yeah.
So why do people only use that term when they're in a relationship involved with somebody, and it's the mushy feelings that's attached to them, and the bubbly, oh, I'm so in love with you, when they're thinking about the good things, and when it comes to that? Because honestly, for me, love is not always just about the good things. You know, if I'm looking at what the Bible says, love is patient, love is kind, love endures all. So that means you have to do something for me to be patient with you. You have to do something for me to be kind when I have an option to not be kind. Love holds no record of fault. So that means you have to do something wrong to me in order for me not to hold a record of fault towards you. So with that being the case, you know, like a lot of times the experience that I've seen when people say I'm in love with you, is a lot of times they're talking about the adoration towards a person and the emotional connection and emotional feelings when it comes down to that person. That's my experience. What I've seen when people use the term in love.
I think that one thing you can say directly back to that is that if that's the only narrative that we've heard, then we understand why that is, you know, how we perceive it. But this goes back to what my mentor told me. He said, get exposure. See how other races do love. See how other cultures do love. I'm telling you, when I went on that business trip to Brazil, I had to text my friend and say, yo, what's going on here? Because the men, like, physically loved on each other. I was teaching a class, and my professor happened to be up there, and the men were just, you know, sitting next to other, you know, their brother massaging his neck, you know what I'm saying, and just talking and stuff, like they were affectionate in a way that you don't see in America in all circumstances. She was like, no, like that's just how we are culturally. Men love on each other. They kiss each other on the forehead, like they, you know, they baby each other out there. Like it's different. And so he told me when you expose yourself, you get to get multiple narratives and not just this Americanized way of looking at life, because that will have you screwed up. Because America wasn't built on love; it was built on capitalism, rape, and a lot of and greed. Not that I hate America; I'm just pointing out some things that we need to work on. You know, and compared to other cultures. But yeah, just getting more exposure would be a great first step to really seeing what other narratives are out there and definitions are out there.
That's a fact.
Okay. I can dig it.
Hey man, this has been I mean, we're not done, but this has been an amazing conversation today.
Man, 100%.
Fuck.
Ready for another video?
Yes.
Let's go. Please to take the place of that, please.
All right, so pay attention to this one, man. This one got me.
Unlearning abuse also requires for me to unlearn the survival tactics I learned in abuse that I now call my personality. That's not who you are. That's who you became based on who they were. Because pain builds walls, but healing builds doors.
Yes.
Unlearning abuse also requires for me to unlearn the survival tactics I learned in abuse that I now call my personality. That's not who you are. That's who you became based on who they were. Because pain builds walls, but healing builds doors.
The reason I wanted to put this one up tonight is because Dub was talking about in the beginning of the show about opening up more. And when you start to get on your path to healing, is evidence. There's evidence in your behavior. There's evidence in how you think about things. There's an openness that you find in conversations and how you communicate, which is evidence that you're healing. You're letting a guard down and you're creating a healthier boundary. So I just wanted to put that video up because of what Dub said in the beginning of the show and kind of get y'all feedback on it, man.
I love the piece about pain builds walls. That whole last piece, because you know, when you're in the types of relationships that are I don't know how to say it, not necessarily negative, but they end negatively or what else, or they may be toxic relationships. You do become a different person, and as much as you know, you think you may be ready to enter into another relationship, sometimes you find yourself realizing like, oh shit, I'm not ready. You know what I mean? And you bring certain defense mechanisms, certain things that you did maybe in that relationship into this new relationship, and that new person you're with is looking at you like,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
What do you? And in your mind, it's just like, wait, this not normal. That's what I always did, and it worked in that relationship or whatever. You know what I mean? It worked for me in that relationship, and you know, sometimes you end up hurting some really good people. Not even just talking about romantic. Let's just talking about relationships in general. You sometimes hurt some really good people that are 100% down for you because you've turned into this different person. Just like when you go to war, you know what I mean? Cats come back with PTSD and they end up physically, emotionally hurting people that they wives, daughters, sons, hurting these people because they've been at war for so long. It's become a part of who they are. You know what I mean?
There is such a thing as relationship PTSD. There's definitely such a thing as that, because you become so defensive with people and with things because I mean, I in my last relationship, when I got out of it, I forgot who I was. When I thought that I was ready to date again, and I started dating, I wasn't even doing things that I did with her or that I did prior to in the beginning of dating, because I completely forgot about that, because I was just defensive with everybody, with everything. I was no longer me. And that's why that video hit so hard, because it reminded me of those moments where I didn't even know who I was anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
And didn't know how to get back to myself either.
Sometimes we feel like in our moments of defensiveness, instead of admitting I don't know who I was, saying this must be who I am because it's who I need to be right now, and not giving myself space to be like, yo, something feels off. Because a defensive person who's had to be defensive is not going to acknowledge their shortcomings, because that is an exposed weakness. I'm going to reaffirm myself where I feel the most vulnerable and weak. And that's why you see people puffing wherever they get the most passion about is usually a place where they're the most tender. And they need the most healing. And I speak that from personal experience. Like right now, man, I'm in this place with me and my therapist doing our things. Some people have expressed interest in wanting to date me, and I'm telling them, no, this is not the season for that. Because I'm doing something, I'm digging and I'm pulling, and I know as the weaker vessel or whatever you've been referred to, this is not an environment for that. And again, you can't be scared to I'm gonna miss this or I'm gonna miss that. It's about being honest with yourself. But sometimes, like Carrie tells us, man, you can't see it for yourself. You got to get somebody around you who has been trained and has a gift or an anointing to see and understand things and be able to translate it to you. Because my translator may not be good for you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to pray for somebody that can help you see.
And you got to be willing to hear when people are trying to tell you what's what. You know what I mean? I was in a situation with Denim's mom. I didn't want to hear nothing. My mom called it. My sisters called it. People that were in my corner at the time called it. And I just didn't want to hear. I chose to see what I wanted to see. I chose to I was going to beat all odds and no, I'm going to make it work. And yeah, this may be this and this may be that, but I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to just be the best husband I can. And I'm going to just try to do everything I can. And I'm going to make, and all the while, God was like, no, fool, you asking for signs, and you praying for a marriage that I didn't even ordain.
Oh, Jesus. Say that. Well, yeah.
I mean, on my knees in tears, praying to God that this marriage will work. And God the whole time is like, nope. I'm not.
You ever feel like the reason that you don't want to look at it like that is because you know subconsciously you got work to do on yourself?
Yes. Yes. 100%.
I knew a lot of the things that I was ignoring was because if I accepted this and I looked at this for what it was, Carrie was gonna have to do the work. And I didn't know it wasn't. I don't even think that I was scared to do the work. I think I was scared because I didn't know how to do the work.
Yep.
Portia said something interesting. She said, what did I delete it? Oh, no, she says, can't bring another person into your personal construction site. And I want to push back just a little bit, because as much as I agree with that, I do believe that God calls people. specifically to help you with that work. Because here's another trick of the enemy. Don't tell nobody about your construction zone. Deal with this by yourself. He still wants to isolate you in your self-work, which is not God's plan for you. And so I do believe that there's some people who are built for it, who understand it to a certain degree, or have been gifted, or just that called into your life to be a benefit in that area. But there's some people who are just blind to whatever you're going through. They see what they want from you, and they're gonna get you hurt. They're gonna get themselves hurt. And man, lean into, if you got a circle, lean into some mentors, and when they tell you. Like my mentor had to give me some hard truth about being an entrepreneur. He said, you got to get a job. I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I'm happy I submitted myself. And this is a question one of my friends asked me last week. Who are you submitted to? Who do you answer to in this life? Like a physical person. And a lot of people have no one they're submitted to. They say they're submitted to God, humble to God. They have no physical person to give evidence that they know anything about humility or submission. And he put it on my heart to remind me, like, you sit and talk to these mentors, you're saying that I want you to help me in certain areas I'm going to submit to. One of my mentors told me he wouldn't even guide me or be my mentor unless I agreed to a certain level of submission, because he wasn't here to argue with me. If I chose him, he was going to walk in this role and I was going to agree with his guidance or don't choose me. And he told me, I'm going to give you homework and you need to do it, or this ends. Who are you submitted to? Who are you humbled to?
That's crazy. You know, for me, I'm not submitted to anybody. And it's not that I wouldn't want to, because I've actually reached out to a few people and asked me, like, hey, take me up under your wing. You know, I've reached out and asked a few people to mentor me, but they, you know, oh yeah, cool, yeah, I got you, don't trip. But then, nope, it was just lip service. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of them things to where it's like, all right, well, you know what? Just like the rest of your life, bro, you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You keep your eyes open, your ears open, and you know, you pull information wherever you can get it from. You know what I mean? If you hear some wise words from somebody, or if you get some good counsel from somebody, you know, it's just like I was telling you, bro. The project that I wanted to do, which was accept the love from where it comes from, not from where you expect it to come from. Yeah. So as far as myself, you know, I don't have a physical person that I submit to, and like I said, it's just been just like the rest of my life. You know, I pick and choose. Or I keep my eyes open and my ears open to where it's like, okay, well, you know what? That's a gem right there. Let me store that. Oh, that's another gem right there. Let me store that. Oh, this is where I bumped my head. So this is where I'm learning my lesson from this situation. And like I said, it's not like I hadn't reached out to anybody and, you know, wanted that mentorship, that leadership like that, but it just ain't came. So, I mean, I'm not gonna stop my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, you know, just not do anything because of that. So.
I feel like I understand what you're saying, Dub, and I hear what you're saying, but I feel like sometimes we think of submission as the person has to be a mentor type or somebody that's been through things or something like that. But I feel like I submit to you guys when you guys hold me accountable for stuff, whether it be my relationship, whether it be my relationship with my son, my girl, my job. I feel like that's me submitting to. Okay, you know what? I asked Carrie to keep me in check about this. I asked Donnie and Dub and Pookie to keep me in check about this, and they're doing it. So by them doing that, I gotta keep myself in check. They're checking me, so I gotta keep myself in check. And to me, that's a form of submission, a submission to my circle. And I think that's a part of being in the circle is you have to have a level of submission to trust that if I'm saying something in the circle and I'm saying it, it's for your benefit. Or if Johnny is saying, hey, you know, last week I saw you doing some stuff that's not cool, you need to check that.
And
that's me submitting.
It doesn't mean that you can't push back, but it does go back to what Carrie tells us, man. Like, that's your choice. You chose this person. Trust your choice.
That's the key word right there. Trust. You cannot submit without trust. There's no way that you can to anybody in a relationship, in a marriage, even your pastor. You know, there's you have to have that level of trust, and people don't understand how big that is. When you trust someone, when you're in a safe space, when you trust someone, there you're able to open up and see more and learn more because these walls are down. This gate is no longer at a clank clank. You know what I'm saying? You have the ability to open up and be expressive to the things that you are unsure of, the things that you are scared of, the things that you don't know about. It's trust.
And I'll say it like this, man, because I've been in that situation before too, Dub, where I wanted somebody to be a mentor and they gave me the lip service, and I learned from a different mentor that every person with good advice and good intentions doesn't have the skill of a mentor. A mentor is a very specific role. It just doesn't mean someone who cares about you and want to see you do well. A mentor is an actual thing. It's something that you study to learn how to do. And one of my mentors told me, he's like, man, you become a mentor and you'll understand the benefit and the responsibility to a greater degree that you won't just choose anybody. You will vet people and look at them and see how they mentor other people so that you can form a proper expectation or at least an idea of how they get down. Because again, like, it's not just about their intentions or the person's love for you. You know, like everybody, just because someone knows how to speak Spanish doesn't mean they can teach me Spanish. Teaching is an actual skill.
Yeah.
Because I can't teach, that's no cap, because I can't teach you how to be a DJ. Like, that is not something I can teach you how to do. There are some cats that can do that. I can't. Yeah, I dig that, Donnie. Yeah. That's a good word.
So again, I think we should, for me, I'm just looking at this. I'm not even going to put it on y'all. For me, it just makes me want to dig my feet back more into mentoring like I used to do. I remember this one young man I was mentoring. I was sharing with him about, you know, just being an exotic dancer, having hired call girls, going to get special massages, and with the happy ending. And he's like, man, I'm struggling right now because, you know, I've been reaching out to this one girl, you know, I met through this Craigslist thing, you know, just for services. And I'm about to call her again tonight. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I do. And we were able to have an open, vulnerable conversation because he saw me in different environments, be honest about the things that I've been through, struggled with, and still sometimes struggle with. And it created a safe environment. He knew that I wasn't going to come in with fluff and a whole bunch of what you should do, but I can give personal testimony. And that's the kind of mentoring he needed. He needed testimonial mentoring of, you've been there, okay, how'd you overcome it? Because mentoring can be in different forms and different fashions. But it really makes me want to dig my feet more into that again, because it was so enriching to know that my personal victories didn't have to just be mine. I could share them with other people, and they would have the advantage that I didn't have in that moment, and it makes you feel real good.
Remember what I told you after we got shot, Donnie, and everybody was trying to figure out what happened and why it happened, and maybe about 2 years after that, I told you that didn't happen for us.
Yeah.
Everything that happens in your life is not necessarily for you. Sometimes it's for God to get the glory. Sometimes it's for someone to have a different understanding as to why it happened to them, or to even see that it can happen to someone else. Everything does not happen necessarily for you, but it's for growth. The growth may not be for you. The growth may be for someone else. It may be for a relationship. It may be, and I don't mean necessarily a relationship between you and a woman or you and a man, you know what I mean? I mean, it could be a relationship, your friendships, you know what I mean? It could be something at work, you know. So we have to really realize that the things that we go through are for growth. Where that growth is, we don't know, but understanding that it's growth somewhere keeps you with an open eye, keeps you looking, keeps you understanding that it's going to come in at some point. I.e., Dub, everything that you've learned all your life, you was a handyman and a electrician before you was an electrician. When I asked y'all about what I was supposed to do when we sat in Texas, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, I'm looking at Dub, he's doing this. I'm looking at Donnie, he's doing this, and I'm going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And y'all looking at me like, hey, stupid. Music. When we
it was either that, it was that or one other thing. And
oh Jesus, listen.
Man whore.
Something else you was good at that, yeah. Listen, Deuce Below. I wasn't gonna say it, but
y'all do know that Donnie taught me all of this, right?
Yep.
I just read a book. I read a book. I told him what I read, and that's it. I never did it all the time.
Wow.
Once, one time. That month. All right, go ahead with your.
Ease me, bro. Boy.
Oh, jeez, man.
We prayed before this show, man, that healing would happen, not just for the audience members, but for us. And we also said that we get that healing by exposing, man, and then putting it out there. Because one thing that keeps sin strong in our lives is shame and guilt. That's what keeps us in the dark, and that's what keeps his grip on us. When we come out and can say things and be like, because I've been forgiven and there is grace and God wants me to grow from this, not in secret, in public. Yeah. Because there's nothing to be ashamed of, because if you told the truth too.
Listen.
Woo-hoo. Yep.
That truth piece is cold, man. It's cold, and you know, yeah, it is, and you'll be surprised how wonderful your relationships will come after you offer up that. What is it? 100%.
That was no. Not a successful pimp. Not a successful pimp.
A successful
man whore.
Okay.
Gigolo. Excuse me. Hey, listen. Upscale. Gigolo. Yeah. Successful.
Yeah. Escort. Male escort.
Ford escort.
Whatever. This is what we're doing. I mean, I thank you for the compliment, but damn, really, this is what we gonna do?
Oh man,
Jesus.
Yep.
Well, what time is it?
It's almost that time.
All right,
it's almost that time, man.
We got one more or no?
Let's go.
If you want to go for it, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well,
a successful HAN. Wow.
Thank God for change. Huh?
Hey, listen. And not to change in your pocket.
Listen, because it was never change. It was all bills, huh?
Hey.
Listen. If we would just be set yourself free, tell the truth. You know, who's out there selling fantasies and sometimes a little bit more? Yeah, we did it.
But it wasn't for free like the rest of y'all, huh?
I was just about to
talk to me, huh?
And even out of comparison to what other people are doing, there's nothing wrong with my journey, man. You never know how many generational curses somebody's trying to break. Ain't nothing wrong with my journey. My journey is perfect for me. And what I'm working on is what I'm working on, and you ain't gonna never fully understand it, so either support me or get out the way.
Right.
Factual, brother.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So in the spirit of sticking on this, since we were just talking about truth, I think I'll throw this one up. People think that intimacy is about sex, but intimacy is about truth. When you realize you can tell someone your truth, when you can show yourself to them, when you stand in front of them and their response is, "You're safe with me," that's intimacy.
That's a whole word by itself. Do we even need to get into that?
Jeez.
Hey.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing when you go ahead, Doug.
I was about to say, so when you being intimate with a woman, she can say, "Yeah, girl, tell me the truth about this meat." That's it, right? Yep. That part. Yep. That part right there. Tell me the truth about it. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank you for tuning in to another weird ass episode of Maybe this will help. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I got nothing. I got nothing. But I got this.
If you,
I don't want you to tell me the
Errol
truth
said tonight, if something Errol said tonight traumatized you, I want you to know there's a number that you can call.
Oh man, that's good.
If you no longer want to eat tan-colored breadsticks because of Errol and Carrie's conversation earlier.
Thank you, Kizzy. Thank you, Kizzy.
Oh,
we gotta find a way to block Kizzy again. She was blocked for like 3
don't
weeks.
be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
She keep getting through the blocks. I don't know.
Hey, you see her trying to get on my good side? You right, Donovan D. Donnell, smoking like a tree. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Men don't really want that answer. Yeah, we do.
Whoa. Chris. Whoa, buddy. Well.
What we got? What you?
Wow. No, they don't. What? Wow.
Oh, no,
listen here. Those are your choices.
I was about to say, yeah, exactly. That's
you need if your life has suffered from bad choices, there's a number you can call.
If you was investing in Willy Wonka with no chocolate factory.
Hey, there is a number you can call.
Listen, this too can help you.
Wow.
Hey man, I just want to say I appreciate the show, and I definitely appreciate all the viewers for tapping in. Why you put the cash out? God, man.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
Just it's listen. It's coming up on the holidays, Christmas, and I know a lot of people are they've lost a lot of people over this past just with COVID, just with whether it be age, whether it be some form of sickness, whether it be the spread of COVID or whatnot. It's a difficult season for everybody right now. I don't think I know anybody that hasn't lost somebody this year or you know what I mean, due to something crazy. And I just want to say to those people, you're not alone. I know it may feel like that, like some people, and I hate to bring this up, but my brother, just on this last what was that holiday, Thanksgiving, it to see him in the house, just by himself, my heart really went out when I went over there, and it just made me think about all of the people that maybe granny or mom or dad, that was your go-to for the holiday season. You know what I mean? That's where you went. That's where you found your happy place, and that's not there. But just know that you're not alone. Don't feel alone. Don't feel like all hope is lost. Don't feel like sometimes we become when we lose somebody important, we become a recluse and we just go into ourselves and we don't want to go out. We don't want to do nothing. We don't want to see nobody. Allow people that love you to love you. Just allow people to love you. You know what I mean? And don't allow the devil to mess with your brain and get you thinking that, since this person is gone, I don't got nobody else. I'm never gonna have nobody. That's not true. That's not true at all. Just try to, be positive if you can. I know it's easier said than done, but Donnie has more information about a number that you could call, if you are having those feelings, because I've had those feelings of not feeling wanted and feeling less than and feeling like I don't got nobody, even when I knew I had people in my corner. But sometimes it just doesn't feel that way. Donnie?
There's a lot to what Mike is saying. Man, I know some people feel like being positive is pointless because it's hype and stuff like that, but positivity is actually a placeholder for scripture, for God's promises. What positivity does is that it helps you to start to open yourself up to a different outcome, to a different truth. All positivity means that I'm turning away from this darkness and hoping that there's light over here. So I'm just going to start speaking it, and it leads you to truth, which is God's word concerning your situation. And that may come to a stranger on the street. It may come to you listening to something on the radio, but it always comes through some form. And like Errol was saying, man, if you have time this week, watch The Shack, because God speaks to every person in their own very unique way. Maybe this is what you need. Maybe this number right here is a mental health hotline. It's called the Access Line, 1-800-854-7771. 1-800-854-7771. You can get connected to a therapist, a counselor, or a support group. We give this number out at the end of every episode. But if you have more resources that we don't know about, please shoot us a DM or email at maybethiswhatthepodcast.com so that we can continue to share resources with people. Because this line is only one thing. Maybe you know a local group wherever you live at Milwaukee, or you live in Oklahoma, or maybe say you know a therapist and you have the website. Share those resources with people. You may be the reason you may be on this show may be to be a link or a resource to somebody else who needs the exact resource that you have. Maybe there's this faith fitness or this mental health boot camp thing that you know about, and you're here to share it. And then that's somebody, because some people's form is working out. But what about that working out component that has a mental health aspect to it? The coach is using his skill set to bring about that while the body is being transformed. Like, if you have resources like that, don't keep it to yourself, man, because you never know where it might help. And did you take it away? Regardless of what Portia said here, you want us to pay for our trauma, then call the helpline. You guys know as well as
Damn it.
That's the OG gold offering plate there. That's when Pastor was putting that money directly into his pocket after church.
Wow.
Yeah, the gold one.
Listen,
that's church.
If you haven't watched this show long enough, but you're gonna learn today. Me and Carrie had this motto that we make fun of things very quickly. Some people say inappropriately quickly, because we don't want it to get rooted in you and become traumatic. And so when you see us laughing or sharing or exposing or going back at each other, we do that. I know that me and Carrie have done that, me and Errol done that, and me and Mike are starting to do that. Just not to be insensitive, but to keep it light and say, hey, the enemy is trying to trick you and make this a heavy thing that you got to carry. Yeah. Give that to God. It's already covered. It's already spoken for. It's already taken care of. And you guys know as well as we do, man, something felt good about tonight's show. Maybe it was something that Errol said, believe it or not. But something about tonight's show felt good.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Yep. Listen, no, not like lace fronts. I hate them. Period. There's nothing. There's nothing good. It's the Michael Jackson curl.
Yeah.
And the 1986 backwoods Mississippi screen door that the little cat runs out. The little piece that. Yep.
We're out of here, man. We're 4 minutes over, but it's our show, so it doesn't matter. We love y'all. And remember, man, as you enter into this holiday season and you may be forced to see people that you don't want to see, be the light. You may be put in situations where you have to put in a few extra hours with that child or that job. Be found faithful. Realize that what you do today matters tremendously to not just your future, but the future of your loved ones if you don't have any kids. So be the difference that you want to see. The thing that you hate, be cautious not to become that thing, and be the difference. Set an intention every day. Like Dub asked us, what are you doing every day to combat that fear? Get something intentional set in your daily practice to combat whatever fear may be, so that you can truly be free to be who you are. And those who will love you. And those who don't know how to yet, may they go with God or whoever will take them. CJ, I got something to show you. Sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I didn't want to.
Wow.
CJ, you got some parting words for the people? You want to tell them something? Happy holidays, or Santa's black, or how you feel about Jesus? I don't know.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
You too, CJ. But just always remember, CJ. Always remember this.
What?
He can read. He can read. He can read.
Yes, I
Hey,
can.
you been in the gym? Let me see what you got. Yes, I can read.
Flex on him, nephew. Get him. Be like,
You're gonna be giving Randall a run for his money in a second.
Ah, where my nephew at?
Dinner.
Wow. I'm playing Fortnite, Dad. I'm playing Fortnite.
Put that down. Come here. He like, what? You don't never want me to get on the camera. What?
You make me pause my life, Dad.
It's the people. You got to get in the camera though.
What's up, little homie?
What's up?
What up, little dude?
Nothing much. You just here hanging
Yeah, Uncle Donnie is crazy. He has some issues, but we're praying for him. We're praying for him.
That's exactly what he's about to do, man. Listen.
Wait, hold on. Denim, tell me the truth, because kids don't like. When was the last time your daddy prayed for me? Tell me the truth.
Well, I haven't ever heard him pray for you.
Out of the mouth of babes. I don't know what to tell you, brother.
What? I haven't ever heard him. Wow.
What was your name again? Donovan? What?
Wow.
Golly.
It's fine.
Golly.
It's fine. I still love both of you guys. Denim, CJ, which one of y'all praying us out?
Yes, quote.
Denim.
Denim, pray.
There it is.
No.
You've been nominated. Dirty D. You ready?
No, I always pray.
Come on in, nephew. Did you watch Transformation today?
No. I watch Gospel Bill.
All right. I like Gospel Bill. Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, he sells cars in Texas.
Golly. All right. Go ahead,
You
son.
stu-
Thank you.
You stupid.
I don't want you to thank it.
You stupid. Oh no.
Sheesh. Who's gonna
I
pray
love
for
y'all, man.
You're just praying. You're just praying for the people for their week.
Okay.
And let them have a good week. And then
Pray
kept
on
saying,
food.
don't pray over the food, son. Just pray for the week. Come on, go.
Father, we thank you that we have a good day and that we have a good night and everybody is safe. Thank you. Everybody is safe and no one and the people who lost their Elijah shush. Thank you.
Come on.
Father, we thank you. Okay. Father, we thank you. Stop laughing. Father, we thank you that everybody. Stop. Okay.
This is filling my heart, man. It's filling my heart. I love it. Jesus makes me happy too, bro.
Father, we thank you that everybody is safe, that the tornadoes didn't hurt anybody, and that everybody who did lose homes will find a home. And we thank you that the show is having a good time and that everybody's going to be safe and walking with God. In Jesus' name, amen.
And tell them that they're going to donate to the Cash App.
And you have to donate to the Cash App or else. Goodbye.
Hey, we love y'all, fellas. Let's say good night and send them away with the new commercial. We got somebody coming out. Say hi. Say hi. Come say hi. Everybody say, where you at? Eat mama up. This is my cousin, my sister, my mama, my niece.
Hi, CJ.
Mama, put your face in. Say happy birthday to my mama.
Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Where's CJ? We don't care about that.
What? CJ just left.
CJ.
All right. We love y'all.
Your mama looks younger than you, fool.
CJ.
There he is. All right. That's it.
Okay.
Y'all good? Any last words?
Thank you.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
So here we go. Is the relationship over if the marriage proposal is declined?
First off,
If she said no to the ring,
Listen,
so I'm saying bye-bye.
No vagina is whack or dry. You just don't turn her on. I'm jugular out the gate, bro. Let's get into this.
Dating someone you can have fun with is really unmatched. That's in my top 3. If I can't have fun with you, I don't even know how this thing gonna work.
hey, bro, give us the other 2. Fun and what else?
Nah.
All right, no, don't worry. It's all good. What else?
That's why you can't tell your brother stuff in confidence, because they go,
Let's normalize bragging about women like this.
Hey, now.
go back. I'm being honest. I feel like she started feeling the beat a little bit.
Are you guys brutally honest with your friends, or do you hold back in order not to hurt their feelings?
The honesty is not the brutal part. The brutal part is how the person perceives your honesty.
If you're dating a narcissist at Christmas, you had better